Craigslist rental scam, it's nothing new, but there's been a real resurgence lately. Our tight real estate market has consumers anxious and looking to score a great deal. But like many things in life, if a rental property sounds too good to be true, it probably is. So here's a quick refresher to help spot a scam listing. First, where are the photos? Most legit rental listings have a nice gallery of photos showing the home or apartment inside and out. They also list the address. If that information isn't included, be cautious. Next, check the email. Many listings don't include phone numbers, so you begin communication by email. If it looks weird, think twice. Often scammers use auto-generated email accounts. Also, scrutinize the description. Scammers posing as landlords often provide way too much information about themselves. They have sad stories about their families that most people would never include. Also, look out for emails with poor or broken English. Many of these scammers are overseas. And demand to see the property. You want to go inside. Take a look. Most scammers on Craigslist don't want to meet you in person or show you the property. That's because in most cases they've simply listed the images and listing off another website. The scammers try to pressure you to act fast. Don't. And certainly don't give out personal information like bank accounts or credit card information. Back to you.
Boy, all good reminders. Thank you, Kyle.